Welcome to Pay It Forward. My name is Kelly Murillo, and I am the Obesity Action Coalition's Marketing Manager. Pay It Forward is a special segment of the OAC's Stop Weight Bias campaign. During this series, we're going to be talking to our different partners and champions to learn about what they are doing to help stop weight bias. Today, we have a very special guest. Join me in welcoming Barbara Cady, the chairman of the board of Tubbs Club. Barbara, thank you so much for making the time to be here with us today.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here with you today, Kelly. Thanks.
We're so excited to have you. Since we started this campaign, Tubbs has been one of our first champions, so we're very eager to learn more about what you guys are doing to stop weight bias. So before we start, tell me more about Tubbs and then your role in the organization as well.
Okie doke. Tubbs was founded in 1948 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We are a nonprofit peer support group, and we have been actively working in the field of positive image and positive attitudes concerning our health and dealing with the disease of obesity since then. The organization is now in the US, Canada, Japan, Great Britain, and we just had a member join in New Guinea. So we sort of are international.
That's great. Having a global presence nowadays is so important, and we know that Tubbs is also very recognized nationally. So that's one of the reasons why we're so thankful to count with your support as a champion for this campaign. One thing that I'm guessing everyone wants to know as well is why is Tubbs supporting the Stop Weight Bias campaign?
We have seen the tremendous impact that weight bias has on individuals since 1948. People are judged harshly and unfairly because of image, and that's totally inappropriate. Unlike many other diseases, people make cruel assumptions, and our founder believed in people living their best, healthiest life. And to this day, that is our mission, to empower people to live their best, healthiest life and understand that they are not a number on a scale.
We couldn't agree more with that statement, Barb. We think that putting our forces together and letting people know that they're more than the number in the scale is very important, and also to recognize that weight bias exists and that you're not alone when it comes to this, and that there are resources that you can use to help stop weight bias and to learn more about it as well. You've mentioned a little bit of some of the things that you do, but when it comes to Tubbs, how are you guys stopping weight bias internally and externally?
Internally, we find that this is very difficult. People internalize messages they receive through a lifetime, and many of our members come to us after years of experiencing weight bias and discrimination. One of the first things we do when we welcome people to our organization is give them a Bill of Rights that the organization puts out. I believe you have a similar statement that you share with the people of OAC, which lets them know up front that they have rights, that they should speak up and speak out when they feel that their rights are being violated. And we project that in everything that we put out to the public and to the media as well, that these are human beings dealing with a disease.
This is very important information that we agree with and that we support. When it comes to weight bias, I know that you're supporting this campaign as a champion. Are there any other initiatives that you guys are working on or that you want to share with us regarding people with obesity?
Well, before I mention the initiatives, just let me make these remarks additionally. One of the things that we do, just as a matter of course, is focus on putting faces on the faceless. because almost every newscast that I see that deals with obesity cuts people off at the neck. It's like they have no heads, they only have bodies. And these are human beings. These are people with real lives, with families, with friends, with successes, with accomplishments. They're not a faceless belly on a TV tube or a YouTube video. These are human beings. And we have a zero tolerance policy on fat shaming as well. And we carefully monitor all the messages. Now, one of the initiatives we're most proud of, and it's been ongoing since 1964, is scientific research. We have supported scientific research right now. At the Medical College of Wisconsin, we've contributed over $9 million. And that is from the excess revenue, if you can believe it, from our $32 a year membership that we have been able to do this. And we're very proud of that. One of the things that we were able to fund was research in 1996 that identified the first 3 gene markers for obesity, which led eventually to it being identified and classified by National Institute of Health as a disease in 1996. And from that forward, we have continued research in many other areas as well. We have a medical review panel, which also vets applications to use our membership and research. We have a very robust collection of DNA that has been used by many, many people and are currently involved in the genome registry that is being run by Michael Olivier down at Wake Forest to try to shed more light on this issue from that point of view. And there are many points of view from which you need to look at the disease of obesity. But the most important one to us is how people handle it, because it is the people who are our primary concern.
Barb, thank you so much for this information. It truly has been very insightful. We definitely appreciate the part that you were mentioning about the research and the science, and then also making sure that there's respect for people first language and also the imagery. This campaign is all about that, like the human part of it and putting faces to people and explaining the stories and the experiences that people with weight bias experience. I know you touched a little bit on this based on the research that you guys have done, but I'm guessing that you probably have a little bit more of insights in this as well. When it comes to weight bias, how is this affecting your members, or how has it affected your members?
Actually, the members that come to us, having been judged and usually found lacking by whoever's doing the judging in many areas, even areas unrelated to just general appearance, things like they're judged to be not as bright as, not as healthy as. All of these things are probably not true at all because weight does not determine those things. And yet there is a general opinion in the public that you're lazy, slovenly, unhealthy, just because you have a certain number on a scale or you appear to be different from what popular publications say is an average weight. And this is totally unfair. One of the things that we find that we spend a lot of time doing with our members is helping them develop their own self-esteem, their own self-acceptance, feelings of self-worth, so that they truly know that they are going to be worth the effort it's going to take to live their healthiest life. If your healthiest life does not match a BMI, so be it. There are other factors that determine whether a person is healthy or not. they have a lot to overcome often when they join the organization because they've internalized these messages. I know last year I participated in a panel on at the Obesity Society, and during the conversation that I had with one the representative from OAC, we were discussing the word fat. And fat has a different connotation for different people. And what we have learned is we need to be very respectful of how each individual joining our organization feels about certain key words. While it may be a complementary descriptor in one socioeconomic or cultural group, it may be a negative descriptor in another. And you bring that history into your life when you're trying to deal with the issues that obesity sometimes uh, arise when you suffer from this disease. And because of that, our language and our interactive messaging is always subject to review. And how can we better help us understand what brought us here, how we can help each other best? Because we don't always see everything alike. And you've got to find common ground if you're going to try to help each other.
That is very true, Barb. One of the main messages of this campaign is that words and actions matter. And I think from that last part that you shared with us, you agree completely with that. I think respect, dignity, and inclusivity are very important when it comes to the language that we're using to describe people. And that's pretty much one of the main pillars of this campaign as well, to make sure that the number in the scale does not affect the way people are treated, and to stop weight bias like from the root. So we're happy to know that you agree with that and that you're working to make sure that that happens in your own organization and putting that message out there as well. This has truly been a very exciting conversation to get to know more about you and TUPS. Before we let you go, are there any additional remarks or messages that you want to share with us?
Well, one thing that I'd like to share with you, they it is always said that there's always a silver lining to any dark cloud. And I think 2020 for many of us started out as being a pretty dark cloud, but we found the silver lining in it because of the opportunity it gave us to engage with each other in difficult times in a very personal way through opportunities like this. We have been Zooming with our members at every level for a year, and that contact will never replace person to person. Physical contact has helped us so much to stay strong and stay resilient through a very problematic year. Uh, we have learned that connectedness is one of the key needs that the members of our organization have. They need the support of each other on an ongoing basis. Uh, they don't want to phone it in. They want to be able to share the journey, get ideas, support, give ideas and support. We're preparing now, as you all are. In fact, it's the same week this summer that we're having our international event, that you're having your event, which sort of bums me out because I love to go to yours. And, you know, we need to get together and line up calendars a little bit, I think, because we have a lot of our members who are members of the OAC as well. Uh, but we have so much to celebrate this year. It's been remarkable how successful our members have been at a time when everybody is talking about the COVID-15. Um, we have people that are reaching their target weights, have improved their health parameters that were being affected by obesity and other comorbidities. So we're really excited that 2020, as bad as it was, gave us a great opportunity for growth as an organization and brought us actually closer together.
Barbara, thank you so much for being here with us. I truly have enjoyed this conversation with you. We're so grateful to have you here and also to have your support as a champion of the Stop Weight Bias campaign.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. It's been wonderful to visit with you. I've been an advocate for OAC since its inception. A shout out to Joe for all of his wonderful work on behalf of those of us who deal with the disease of obesity on a day-to-day basis. I could not ask for a better champion to join forces with. And also to Tony Kamuzzi from the Obesity Society, who has also been in the trenches working and helping all of us who deal with this disease on a daily basis. Thanks so much.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for joining us for this special segment. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to learn more of how to be part of the solution, please visit stopweightbias.com.